What's going on, everybody? Gustav the 13th here with another video checking out the latest suit for June 15th. It is the Nemo cannon, a 450 support here for both ground and space with space preference and priority 2 actually on this one. Right off the bat, let's check out the main hand weapons here because we have a fair amount. Literally, since it is a Nemo with some extra modifications and whatnot, it's able to use the Gym 2 rifle, bazooka, the other gym rifle, which is the MG, which, yeah, you can. You probably shouldn't, but you can. And the bigger crowning jewel here is the 170mm cannon. So besides that, we're talking about a late model beam saber, as well as some head-mounted Vulcans modified, and the shoulder mega particle cannons ×2. Also rocking a regular, well, it says Nemo cannon shield, but it's essentially just like a Nemo shield. 3,500 health on that size large. So moving on, we will check out the stats and skills. Starting with the stats here, we got 17k health. Ballistic resistance is 18, beam resistance is 25, melee resistance is 5. Range strength is 20, melee strength is 19, movement speed is 110, top speed is 190, thruster gauge is 70, and turning speed is 54. Right out of the gate, I'm not super happy about those output amounts. 20 and 19 seems pretty low for a suit like this, let alone a support for that range mod. But moving on, we also have our part slots, so close range of 10, medium range of 11, and long range of 12. Beyond that, let us look at the skills. We have high performance radar level 3, high performance scope level 3, anti-stealth level 1, observational data link level 1, frontline support system level 1, scouting parallel processing device level 1, high performance aerospace gimbal level 1, high performance balancer level 1, force injector level 1, and high speed AMBAC level 2. Not too bad of a spread. Actually, kind of nice that it has force injector while having at least a decent amount of gauge. I'm gonna be honest, I kind of think, especially when you look at how big the backpack is, that it should probably have flaps and maybe a little bit more boost, because it looks like it has just 2 giant missiles on the back of it. Probably should have a little bit more carrier lift on it, especially since overall the suit is legitimately just a Nemo with like a fancier like head unit, so it's pretty stripped down. It's pretty basic. One other thing to note though is that the bazooka, normally obviously you would normally have it on the shoulder, but because of the big ass shoulder bits on it, it actually carries that undersling tucked under its armpit. So something to keep in mind in terms of clearance, and boy oh boy do I have a bit of a gripe in terms of clearance. It's been a long time since I've run an actual cannon suit, you guys. It's not we'll get into that in a little bit. But the last thing that we should check out here is the enhancements. So we have enhanced shield structure for the first one at 400, complex expansion slot level 1 after that for 810, so +1 on all of its slots. 80 FCS, so +1 to range modifier at 1210, anti-beam, so +1 anti-beam at 1620. And then the 2 unlocks, since this is a 2-star suit, so you gotta have silvers. Enhanced shield structure level 4, so 1000 health to that shield as well. And +4 to range modifier at the very end. I mean, the extra shield structure is kind of whatever. Obviously, you don't have the skill for shield mastery, so it is gonna be a little bit haphazardous when it does get blown off of you. But overall, I'm a little bit mixed on this, because it's coming in at 450, where the Mudrock and pretty much anything else at this cost has infinitely higher base ranged attack. A lot of the level boosted stuff at this cost actually isn't too bad, and it really does have a lot of competition at 450 in a lot of different forms here. More prominently, at least now, will be the Gazam Gunner type, right? Transformable suit, base attack is a lot higher, does a lot more stuff, and has a little bit more of a complicated kit on it. Not to mention, you know, you have your Isaac stands all the time. You're probably going to get doubled down on by these goobers regardless at this cost, so, you know, be ready for that. Otherwise though, I don't think it's the worst, and we will check out some of the stuff going on this right now in free practice. Alrighty. So I'm actually going to use this map for a little bit to show off some other things. Because, you know, how I was talking about clearance and whatnot. So, one thing to keep in mind, and in this case it might be a little bit harder to show other than, you know, this is something that is a little bit more apparent when we talked about piercing weapons and parallax and all that, but you really do really need to keep in mind of that barrel clearance. Because the second you step back, especially on these, and the match that we do when it was the opening thing was the supply base. So there's a lot of jumping up on and getting elevation. But like, you're seeing that 1682 on a support, 2459 on a Gundam. You actually can get pretty decent accumulation as long as you keep both of these trained on there. That being said, there's a little bit of leeway when you're in the yellow for when you're doing these shots. And as you can see, if you're not completely on target, the full accumulation isn't going to be there, and you'll get close, but you're still gonna have to try to get another salvo or just a cannon shot. Now that being said, I was seeing somebody do, like, immediately trying to... In fact, I wonder if I can just do it like this. It's not fast enough. Really? There it is. So there was someone that was trying to conserve more, stuff in terms of heat by only doing single shots and then going to this, because you can actually, obviously my timing is a little bit whack, but you can actually get one over to the other pretty fast as long as you have this open. Still, overall, you have an instant stun, pretty intense leg breaking potential on that as well. You might as well. So this is something else that I'm going to talk about a little bit, is like, I'm not super sure what kind of build you should really do on this. I feel like database isn't the worst idea, as well as maybe, and here's the other issue, right? Depending on what you use for your main gun, you could try to do cooling parts for energy if you use the rifle, but everything else is going to be ballistic. So you really do have to make a choice as to whether or not you just want some more slack on how quickly your beam cannons come up, or if you actually want to just have this reload even faster, which honestly the ready up and reload for the cannon is pretty potent as it is. Also, obviously, force injector. No aerial control on this, which is a little bit unfortunate, but you can still cancel and do your downswings. 3322 on that too, for a downswing, not too bad. And the fact that you have priority 2 means that you can at least start clashing with other people pretty easy. Obviously for the Gundam you gotta be a little bit careful. Anything with priority 3 as a general is still gonna hassle you. Also, we can check out the Vulcans here. That accumulation, not too bad. Let's try to get a full mag dump here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Nemo 3 in terms of general like firing rate and the way that it goes. So a fair bit over half, but you do have like 80 rounds. You're pretty much just doing this to help accumulate damage and stuff while other people are doing stuff, or if you really did mess up and overheat or have to reload both of your things at once. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, of course, is that the shoulder cannons do pierce at full charge, instant stun as well. The other thing is that depending on what angle that you do with this cannon, it does not have the same kind of crazy splash that certain other cannons do. It's a little bit more precise than things that you'd probably be working with, like on, say, the weapon rack or whatnot. Obviously, that's... I'll inch it up a little bit more. Like, that's about where you can get away with it, depending on if they're moving towards you or moving away as well. Honestly, you want to try to bury it at their legs anyway. And this is a commit stance one way or the other, even though you can charge it while moving, which is nice. The other thing to keep in mind then, and this'll take me a second, this is probably the one rough thing about, you know, I should probably be doing these on Arctic base, actually. That'd probably make more sense. Can I just comment on how much I kind of miss this map? Like, even if they only started bringing back the dry version and not the moist version of this, like, I kind of want port base again. It's been so long. Please, BB, give it back to me. But as you can see, not super crazy output, especially when you don't have any extra mod on it. You can do a little bit here and there. One thing to keep in mind though, of course, is that since this is piercing, if you do see someone trying to plant or give you problems, you can just plaster it right through here, light them up. Should serve you well in that regard. Yeah, it's actually kind of sad how few support suits actually do a decent amount of output to bases nowadays. Like that's a lot of effort just to get like not even a little bit of a chunk out of that beginning part of the health line. Okay, so with this in mind, we're gonna do some other showcases for the other weapons real quick for the main hand. Alright. So, see, this is the one reason I don't really like doing it on Arctic though, because the capture card loses its fucking mind sometimes. Oh wow, it actually puts all of them right here together too. But like I said before, it underslings the bazooka, so be careful about your clearance. 2038 on that Gundam. It's kind of silly that they put the prototype, but 1269 on a type disadvantage suit. There, I'll do the body on this one. 1549 on that. That might have actually been a back buffer. Let me do the front real quick. Oh yeah, still no, about the same. General damage there, you can take a gander at that. But not bad. Obviously, you have a little bit more leeway in terms of splash and a little bit more clearance since you got it around your right side, so you can, you know, do the old reach around on corners and whatnot and try to clip people. Because you do have priority 2 and balancers, if you're going to be running this, you're going to have to run it at least a little bit more aggressively and try to get some downswings or slaps in. Be careful of those clashes because you're probably not going to really have any big advantage against something that has a bunch of skills stacked for things like that. But still doable. Gonna be doing a lot of midlining unless you're really gonna lean on those cannons, but you're gonna be missing out on a lot of the extra zook damage. Not to mention you're still rocking both ballistic and energy damage in this case, so you should probably distribute the wealth a little bit. Alright, let's move on to our other weapon. Alright, now we're talking about the BR, so the Gen 2 rifle. At this point, you're pretty much rocking exclusively energy damage on this thing. Although that being said, you will on occasion, sometimes maybe, have things like the Chobam armor Alex running around trying to get you, so having this as an instant stun to try to circumvent the armor, which will be resisting against a bunch of ballistic shit, will probably be pretty helpful. For everything else, you're probably still just gonna do cumulative with that or try to do another stun when they land, you know, so landing punish. That being said, keep an idea of how long this actually takes to cool down from overheat. Like that's a hot minute. But 1942 on a Gundam, not the worst. You can try to get this a little bit higher. Yeah, you have like zero leeway. 1476 on that for support. Very unfortunate how long that actually takes, and the fact that you don't even have like a little bit of slack in the yellow for you to do another shot, because it's legitimately just 90. And then 1238 on this guy for raids. Overall, not the worst. If you get a little bit more mod on here, you can probably get away with a bit more. But honestly, I would say for the most part, it'd probably either be Zook or Cannon. But we do have one more weapon, so let's move on to that. Oh boy. Well, here we go. Here's the other gym rifle The OG, the big spray king itself. So as you can see, not too bad. Legitimately half the mag for a stun here, maybe even a little bit less. This also does do 3-round stuns, or 3-round bursts I should say. So you can get 2 stuns out of it. It does have a pretty good reload time on it. And as you can see, it can chunk off a decent amount as long as you're actually keeping it trained and it's not spraying off everywhere else. But obviously it has a pretty bad spread. Not super great if you're trying to kite people, depending on if they back off or if they're consistently at a further range from you, which is a little bit unfortunate. Because this is an MG, the difference in output is also kind of negligible, since it's not really about individual output as it is you just dumping this into whatever's near you. I guess for another quick example here, understand that for the most part you're probably going to be at range, or, you know, keeping yourself at a distance. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of work to try to keep that trained. It is doable, and if you really want to try to meme it up and just do like a really high output, so as much mod range as you can, you know, range mod as you can put on this to try to get that to be even more potent, then I wouldn't be too surprised. I think the first match that I had in this, the person that was on the enemy team that was rocking one did have a gym rifle, which is really goofy, but like I said, not my first pick, but it is doable. So your mileage may vary. But overall, I do kind of appreciate how versatile this thing is. That being said, we can now check out the match that we have in store for you guys. So we will be putting that up right about now. Good old Jenny helping us. Once again, the curse continues.
That's it. We're off to the battlefield.
I'm used to FGO's gotcha. Actually, what are some of the rates for like the higher rarities on there? Because like when I saw that it's less than 1% for 4 stars on this, I was like, that's appalling. But I bet it's just as common on other things. FGO has ass with rates. It's gone falling. Thank you for the first time, chat. I'm trying. Ooh. Okay, let's go. So this is gonna be a little bit awkward because 3 of these guys are gonna want to get in with melee. I don't know how easy it's gonna be for the CA, but we have 2 of us dicking around in the new suit. Is he using a Zook? Oh, so he's gonna be on the ground with them. I need to get up somewhere. I almost feel like I should be jumping up to D. Why are you going up with me? Ooh. Back off. What is that? Oh my god, I did it again! I'm gonna be doing it a lot. Oh no, he is rocking. Does it just fold out? Oh, it folds out to the side. That makes more sense. So I want to be on this corner. Look at this. There you go. So that's enough clearance there. And ooh. Here. Yeah. Sprinkle on that man. Yeah, those Vulcans are kind of caca. Oh no. Fuck off. Yeah, we both saw that. Like, no. Oh, well, I fell. That's a problem. He's gotta be coming pretty soon. Get it? Yeah. Aw, no one else fired on it. Uh oh, he's here. Ow. Help! Yep. Oh, no. That's the wrong kind of help. 900 pulls to hit pity. Woo!
Pick where and how you'll sort your allies'
since late Goose VC Goose stream. Wait, what?
Firing's over.
VC?
That supporting fire did crack. Good luck. The enemy's captured Beacon.
Out of here. Yeah, I want that other guy back there dead. What? Oh my god, move! Move! Feel like a cow, move! Uh-oh, that's not a good thing to have up here. Sarah, go wait. Nope. No.
This damage shouldn't affect you.
Oh, my shot didn't come out. Fuck. Nope. Hey, the accumulation. Thank God. Ooh. Let me back up here, please. MG with the save. Oh shit. Look at this guy. Oh, he didn't fall down. What is that? Alright, well now you're just in the way. There we go. Trying to help our friend here. Oh, no, he fucked up. Ow. What do you mean? Oh, you're sitting next to me. No! No! Go away! MEB! I ain't doing nothing. Stop. Oh, mama! That's not good. Oh, everybody dropped down here. Oh, Valkyrie. I think I botched that. Oh, well, I mean, Valkyrie's gonna be tomorrow. Or I guess later on tonight. Since it's already morning here.
Your ally's been knocked out. Good luck.
Although I do want to do... Well, I'm not gonna have time because I gotta do the fucking video. I was gonna say I want to do the skirmish that got unlocked. Ugh, leave me alone. No, don't do that. There's nobody alive. Why? Oh boy. Yeah, 3 minutes. There is nowhere for us to drop back right now. You are not gonna hide over there for 3 fucking minutes. And they are on top of us already. That is not something I'm gonna allow you to do. That is idiotic. Oh boy. What is near me? What is this? Wait. There we go. Yeah. Ah, please. Cannon. Why did I miss? Oh boy. You. Get him. Get him. No. Yeah. Ah, shit. Ah, come on. Please saw him. Oh God, please let me just put it over this fucking edge. We both started like, ah, fuck it. Oh God. Well, they got me. Oh my God. They were not happy about that Chobam armor. 4 is in a weird spot. He must have got chased by something. I'm not gonna be able to get to a spot again here unless I jump out to the right. Get up. Oh,
Fire incoming!
you cheeky fucker.
Allies been knocked
No.
out!
Back off. What are you trying to hit me for? I didn't do anything.
Damage shouldn't have
Ah, be nice to me. Oh wow, actually, he seemed like he was gonna give me a lot of time for that. Stop! Stop it! No! You. Goodbye. No. Oh, I don't got anything. I fucking blew through my shit. Fuck it. We're going!
Yeah, we won!
There's another VTuber in there. Yeah, they sure earned their ire a lot in this match. Sissy was constantly on the ground floor for most of that. Still, not too bad.
Here are this battle's rewards!
And that was our match in the Nemo Cannon. I do really want to try to get this into a bit more of a Tiger's Quarters situation, maybe like City Ruins or whatnot. Just because supply base is a pretty ideal situation for this suit. But it also doesn't really have, even though I was managing to ground my shots pretty bad while I was on those roofs, it doesn't have the same amount of obstructions as a map like City Ruins has with all the random debris and structures and ruins. So it'll be interesting to see how much the cannon starts to clip on those, how long we can actually maintain distance and whatnot with the kind of output that this does by itself without having to really like dump on extra mod and whatnot. But overall, I can see this being pretty good in a clusterfuck because the cannons themselves are pretty low impact unless you try to charge them. At that point, it's an instant stun and a pierce, so you do have to be careful when you're in the middle of scuffles. But between that and the cannon, or if you're gonna be particularly crazy and run the MG like we have here, you actually have a decent means of putting out some output while not disturbing some of the bigger brawls that you're gonna run into on smaller maps like that. That being said, I would be wary, since even though this does have a decent amount of accumulation, things are going to be zooming at you. You do have a lot of heavy attack suits and things that tend to resist a decent amount of accumulation as well, that are going to be gunning for you as raids. So it's mostly going to be landing punishes and just trying to chunk as much limb as possible. To that effect, you may or may not want to put some data links on there. Depends on what kind of things you value for your suit, obviously. You know, you can't go wrong with putting at least a little bit more bulk on this, although keep in mind that this does have really low defenses in general, despite having a decent health pool, so putting more defense on it may not be the best, even if it does feel like one of the safer things to do, just so that you have a little bit more room for error. But I feel kind of so-so about this suit. I'm not gonna be surprised if we see them during clans, because it does seem pretty balanced, and generally like it'll be a good contender, especially with a very aggressive team, because they can legitimately just shore up behind them, start blasting things down, and like I said, not have a lot of room for disruption, for like friendly destruction or friendly fire. But that is a Nemo cannon in general. Hopefully, if you guys are looking forward to this and some of the more ornate suits that are definitely going to be coming out as we saw in those leaks, that you enjoy this one. I really hope that the next suit that we get is not another fucking support for our accounts, because it's been a hot minute. We did get the Chobam armor, but that was literally like 3 weeks ago. We haven't gotten any until now. And hopefully we can manage to get some other stuff. Be sure to also check out my GP00 video, since that did also drop on PC. I'll try to link that in the comments, since that is kind of relevant for the time that we're going to be posting this. And until next time, this is Gustav the 13th. I'll talk to y'all in the next one.